Gardner-Webb, both teams in the win column. There's too many more tune-ups left before you hit the real deal. Every game feels important at this point. Here's Jacoby Gillespie, 23 points on Tuesday. Can't get the layup to go.
Nice
here in what is going to be his team's toughest challenge of the season. Both wins for Gardner-Webb against D2 schools, but they're not shy from
Coach Barnes and shoot around today. We talked about just that. This game is just as important on the schedule as the Louisville game was.
Jacoby Gillespie get it to go.
Yeah, just never got his footing under him. I thought he was going to make a post-to-post big man twosome pass there, but he didn't.
For the three to start falling later in the game.
And you got to reward the bigs. There. Now you got to look at Jalen Carey. I mean, he can't be stopped there.
Is even this one up early.
Really good hands from Jacoby Gillespie.
There's Gillespie the other way. Estrella will take the hard contact for two.
A key to a long season for Tennessee in terms of getting to where they want to, that elusive Final Four.
Evens things up at 7. Gillespie looking for Abram. Great dish.
Great pass there from Jacoby. Coach your guys up and they're averaging 16, 17 points a game, man. They're going to get poached by someone.
Carey not quite. Estrella follows. Big men doing work. Naked in the SEC. These big men, they're not just going to score. They're going to be asked to play defense, obviously, rebound the ball, and pass, as we've already seen, as Carey. Whatever it takes. Second chance opportunity. Back to Estrella. Strong move. Got it to go.
Yeah, he put the defender.
Lost to Syracuse, a good Illinois team as well, and then Louisville on Tuesday.
Yeah, I think that Tennessee believes that those games.
Mari Evans, good pass back. Bishop Boswell, smoothly.
Smooth, man.
Such a spark for Tennessee in his second year. Just one of those guys that's going to play at a incredible physical level. Mari Evans, his second bucket. The Tennessee in terms of their rotation, and non-conference are able to get a lot of guys some different minutes and experiment, as DJ Jefferson, former Vol Knox, battling these Tennessee bigs, and can't buy that one. Good defense from Estrella.
But I like that look.
Gillespie all the way to the rim himself. So smooth when he gets going. And I think it was a good lesson for that Tennessee team, even though he did finish with 23, had 20 in the second. It was a good lesson that Tennessee can still lead at the half. It's at the 3. Troy Henderson's got the rebound. Gillespie off the feet again. Dish into Carey. Nice find.
Jalen.
Gillespie on the baseline. Troy Henderson, another Tennessee freshman. No good from 3. And a foul on the rebound. Jalen Carey.
Down, but even that one was just a little bit too high for him.
Gillespie up for Estrella. Huge lob. JP just dominant. You can just see the chemistry developing between Gillespie and those guys in the paint. Amen.
Shot clock shot there.
Curtis Williams gets it to go. Henderson looking for an answer, and he's got it.
What Gardner-Webb's got to do, man.
Specialist when he enters in, a smooth shot, and he knocks that one down. Sims right to the rim over Estrella. Great finish.
Off the wrong foot, right? Because shot blockers, man, they need to feel that rhythm. 1-2, go up, I'm going to go get that shot. But, man, when you go off the wrong foot, it throws them off.
Gardner-Webb can't hit. Gillespie's been so smooth and poised. Henderson running 3. He's got 2 in the half now. The freshman catches.
Rhythm. The thing about Gardner-Webb right now is they're running very little offense because everything is predicated on a 0 pass or a 1 pass. Guys like a Dwayne Brown, a fantastic phenom as a freshman that is going to, he's going to demand more and more. Felix Akpars of the world that can be elite in shot blocking, can finish at the rim. It's a really good move there.
Yeah, good drive from Colin Hawkins. Under a minute here at half number 1. It has been all Tennessee. Wayne Brown looking for Akpar, almost too high, but Evans baseline. He's got 4 points here in half 1. 6 on the clock, a 3. Dwayne Brown, a cleanup, and out play coming soon. And obviously one of the toughest environments of teams they've played all season.
Yeah, if you play well in this environment, odds are there's some questions yet to be answered, because you are not going to be at your best efficiently if your tennis
coming out of the break. Wayne Brown flying up for an offensive rebound. Amit hit a three in the first half. Wayne Brown.
If it's 0-0, are you going to win this basketball game? Probably not. But you want to see that maximum effort every single time up and down the floor.
Gillespie stays in control. Now off the drive inside and a good finish. He can hit the three. And this coaching staff praises Nate for what he's able to do to move on to the next game despite a performance from the one prior.
Well, you got to flush the bad ones.
In one-on-one analysis, a lot of individual work that goes on behind the scenes. And one as Jemias
rotate.
Mari Evans from the corner can't hit. Jalen Carey is in there, and a really nice kiss off the glass. Words for Carey. Vanderbilt transfer. Estrella going for that one. Out of play will stay. Gardner-Webb ball. Players, but he's been able to handle that.
And he does it very well. And again, he's still learning, still getting better.
Amari Abram in the lane. A little bit of everything from Amari Abram.
Ooh, good take.
A good finish. Colin Hawkins, quick answer. Down a few options as their bench was a little bit thinner, but Tennessee were able to get great production from the bench. Jalen Carey being one of those.
It's a big pass there that leads to a layup. I mean, it's just good stuff.
Carey for three. Doesn't take a lot of those. Abram able to get the offensive rebound and earn two shots.
Particularly, he doesn't get too high or too low. Just an ultimate team player.
You like the number 77?
Seven's on the floor
Rare.
at the same time.
Lucky sevens, I believe, is why he went with that. And it works well for him so far.
Tennessee is getting better and better at just taking care of the basketball.
Abram rips it away. He'll take on two Bulldogs and a huge finish.
And do it with the greatest of ease.
77 flying through the lane. DJ Jefferson for three. He's got it to go.
He's got it played in this environment before. If I did it then, I can do it now.
2 years of this Tennessee program. Troy Henderson, an answer. Freshman's got his third three.
The next scouting report against Troy Henderson will be you cannot go underneath the screen. You got to go over top.
Glass.
Akbar has a tendency to leave those short, right? He gets it off at its highest point, but he leaves it short sometimes. None of that, man. I'm just going to go back down the floor and play defense.
Abram is up to 15 points. DJ, you touch a lot of the key holidays. You get to celebrate each one during the games. And sort of themes revolved around it.
Yes.
Marketing crew.
You guys going to do more work here.
Wayne Brown with the flush. Tennessee continues to pour it on. A three. Peterson sends quickly the other way. Sims from the corner, and that's good. Gardner-Webb starting to put under 20 points in the first half, but now starting to find some comfortability from an offensive standpoint.
Yeah, they're settling in just a little bit too late, obviously. The lead is probably...
Abram gives it away. Jefferson with the steal. DJ Jefferson to the rim. 13 for the former Vol. Amari Abram has been an impact on both ends. Troy Henderson already with 9 points on a trio of triples with Felix Youngpara.
Tennessee is right now having one of those scoring droughts. Well, that just ended.
Oak from Masamba. Felix back iron. Tennessee out rebounding Gardner-Webb 44-21. They have been really strong on the glass.
Foul trouble. Well, you got someone else that's just as good behind him that can step in and do all the work.
Amit's got another three, his second
game right now. This game is solidly out of hand. You also got to understand that Nate Amit needs some work. This is valuable playing, but then you turn all the efforts to Arkansas. Very, very talented team over in Fayetteville for sure.
That is a really challenging place to win. On the other end, couldn't quite handle it, but it's been a high-energy game for DJ.
Yeah, and you look at just another great big-to-big pass. Probably going to take a seat for the rest of the game.
Jefferson for 3 off the mark.
A little bit of a heat check to find a way to finish those. I know, again, the lead is insurmountable, but every bucket counts.
Well, Tennessee's going to unload the bench.
He could have taken it to the rack and flushed it, but he wanted to see his teammate get a good look.
Here's Isaiah Hicks, throws that one up. The new year, Gavin Paul will fire one, not close. That'll wrap things up. Tennessee, another non-conference home win. They haven't lost, and they do pretty well in the non-conference. Now 43rd straight non-conference home win as a program.
Yeah, if you're Tennessee, if you're Coach Barnes, you did what you needed of Gardner-Webb. You played well. You got some guys a lot of playing time that ordinarily don't get a chance to play a bunch. So that's a great